Hey guys, welcome back to the Newsroom Skybox. I'm Justin Tyler.
Pete LePage here.
We're talking to Sohaib. Let's get into it, sir. Tell us about your book.
It's called Genies. It's coming out from IDW Publishing in 2013, January actually, and it's, I guess the elevator pitch is Genies versus aliens. That's probably the best way to sum it up, but we really didn't want to go for that combination or blending, if you will, of two myths, like cowboys and aliens. We really wanted to focus on the mythology of jinn or genies, and we had to have a MacGuffin. We had to have a way to tell that story. So the aliens serve as a nice counterpoint. They are basically the big bads, and they believe in might makes right, and we're going to show them that they're wrong.
All right, so the genies are fighting for our Earth, and the aliens are...
Well, it's sort of a mixed bag. I think that the best way to sum it up, it's a dissertation on power.
Ooh.
Because I think that there are a lot of misconceptions about where power lies and where it should lie, and our series is going to address that. And we all have myopic views of the world, and I think that it's colored by our experiences. And basically, in a nutshell, what this series, hopefully, in addition to having a good time with everything, with the action and the excitement, is that we'll leave a lot of food for thought where people will start looking at their own worlds and their own experience and say, hey, you know what? Maybe my knowledge about a people or a race, or in this case, a jinn or aliens, is colored by my experiences, and maybe that's not necessarily the case. Maybe there's a lot more out there.
That's awesome. You were telling us before this was like your first comic work.
Yes.
And you have sort of a crazy story about going from 0 to 60 in like a very short amount of time. Tell us about it.
It's pretty crazy because I'm an attorney by trade, and I actually host a radio talk show called Fictional Frontiers in Philadelphia, AM radio. I went from law to radio, and I interviewed someone from the Middle East Film and Comic Con in Dubai. They never had a con ever in their history. Ben Caddy is his name, and he's the director of the event. And we were talking. I said, yeah, let me help you out with the con. And I said, I've been covering these industries, the comic industry, film, whatever, for so many years. I said, let's see if I can try my hand at this. So on the side, no one knew about it. My wife didn't even know about it. I said, I'm going to hire some illustrators. I'm going to come up with a script. I'm going to tell my own story. And then when it was done, I hired 2 illustrators from the Kubert School, Tony Vassallo, who is going to be a huge name in the next couple of years. He's going to be really bringing the sauce, as he likes to say. And Timothy Yates, who's an amazing colorist who's done some work for Zenescope as well. But they are the top 2 grads from that school. Long story short, I showed it to the con people, and they're like, we love this. We want to use your characters for the event, the branding of the event. I was like, okay, cool, that's great. I fly over to Dubai in April, and they had it at a 6-star hotel. Because they never do anything
they make
small.
that many stars?
I didn't know. It was the most shocking thing for me to even know that there were hotels of that caliber. I drive up. They had this archway, about 50-foot tall archway, and my characters are on there. So I was like blown away. And then IDW approached us afterwards, and the rest is history.
Okay, so let me get this straight. To get into comics, first you go into law, then you go into radio, then you're in comics.
See, I'm the poster boy for why you should go to a university or law school, right? So you get into comics.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So.
But what I really like about this is it sounds like after I read your comic, I will become smarter.
Well, I don't know if I'm that intelligent. I mean, I don't want to tell you what they say C equals JD in law school. That's all I'll say. Juris Doctorate degree. So I wasn't the best student, but I'm sure you're probably brighter than me. You probably do much better in law school than I would.
I don't know about that.
That's a huge exaggeration. Yeah. That's awesome. So you invented these characters, and all of a sudden they're like getting the Stan Lee treatment at the Comic-Con. That's gotta feel crazy.
It's surreal. It really is, and you feel like you have a responsibility. And I really have to give a lot of credit to Comixology as well, because they allowed us to introduce the book digitally at the event there, because we didn't have a print copy, excuse me. And it's surreal. It just really humbles you, and you realize you have a responsibility that a lot of people don't have. And what we hope to do in the long run is we want to demonstrate through our sister company, Jubble Entertainment, that there can be bridge building through genre entertainment. People from the East and West, from all over the world, we all love this stuff. And we all want to bring it all together and recognize that, the comic experience, the human experience, it's something that we all go through, and we're all one and the same. We all love Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do. We all do. It's so right.
I hope so, anyway.
Yeah, well, I think so. That's really cool, and such a nice message to wrap in with the genre stuff, the superhero stuff. Have you, with all the success you've had, are you like, oh, time to come up with some new characters, time to start building it up?
Well, it's interesting because we had or at least I had a plot laid out, a Bible, if you will, and I laid everything out. But then as you go through the process, you always want to leave a little room to go off in different directions, and that's what's happened here. And I think that what we've done is we're hoping to create something that a lot of writers and creators in the comic industry would love to play in our universe. We want to have a sandbox for them, and we've already approached major novelists from Del Rey and Random House, from Tor, from a lot of different industries, not just the comic industry, to tell stories about Jin and Genies, not just in our universe, but with respect to their past, their present, and their future. So this is something I think could go on for a long time, and we really want to welcome a lot of creators out there, and even if you're someone who hasn't really had the chance, to come and bring your stories to us, because we're all about the creators, we're all about telling these stories that everyone can relate to, and we pay in advance.
So
That's,
I'm going to be submitting stuff.
Yeah, good. Well, thanks for talking to us, man. It sounds
I
really
can't wait
exciting.
to check out this comic. That sounds awesome.
I can't wait to check out a 6-star hotel.
Yeah,
as
and they
well.
said Oprah moment, Gin Rise, January 2013. Check out your local comic store.
Awesome. And you guys keep hanging out with us here at New York Comic Con.